Welcome back to the adventure. Today we are making a custom Windows XP installation disk. Not unlike Bill and Melinda, there's a lot going on here, so we're breaking this up into two videos in this case. This video focuses on what customization can be done using Microsoft tools. There are a number of prompts that come up when installing Windows XP. We generally answer the prompts in the same way. So this boils down to a microscopic waste of time. Why not smooth out the process and use an answer file to reduce the number of prompts that pop up? To get started, we need a Windows XP installation disk. Open File Explorer and browse the installation disk. Click on the Support folder, followed by the Tools folder. Double-click on deploy.cab. This will open it in an archive file manager. When we open the deploy.cab file, among other things, we will see a setupmgr.exe. This is our setup manager application. We need to extract it to the desktop, as you may have already guessed. Now we can run the setup manager. When we first run it, the wizard will automatically start. It will ask us if we want to create a new answer file or modify an existing one. In our case, we will create a new file. On the next screen, we have to choose the type of answer file that we want to create. The options are an unattended.txt file, sysprep.inf, or a CIF file. For our purposes, we want to select unattended setup. On the next screen, we can choose the Windows version for which we will create the answer file. In our case, we will choose Windows XP Professional. Now we can select the type of user interaction that we want. The user-controlled option allows us to set a default, and the end user can change them during installation. The fully automated option requires no user interaction at all. In this case, we will specify all values in the answer file. With the hidden pages option, we provide answers to certain setup pages, and those pages are then hidden from the end user. The read-only option makes all answers visible to the user, but they can't change them. In the GUI attended option, the GUI portion of the setup runs normally, while the text portion of the setup is automated. In our case, we want to select Fully Automated and click Next. For the distribution folder, we want to select No. This answer file will be used to install from a CD. Then click Next. For the license agreement, we want to click I accept and then click Next. Now we have a plethora of options. On the left, we can choose different configuration screens that we want to edit for Windows setup. On the right, we have to provide the information for the particular screen. For example, on the first item, Customize the software, we can enter the default name. Next, we can choose the default color depth and screen resolution, which is nice. May as well set the time zone while we're at it. We can also enter a product key here, which will save us having to type it out every time we install Windows XP. Onto the network settings. We do need to specify a computer name, then click the Add button and click Next. If you want to get fancy with it, You can set a password for the administrator account. Network components are fine as they are. Work group or domain, I will also skip over. For advanced settings, we should review them, but I did not feel the need to change anything. The bottom two items for run once and additional commands allows us to do some interesting things. However, we will be digging into that later as it deserves a video of its own. We can click finish, even if we're Dutch. We will have to save our unattended text file, as we will be using this with a CD-based installation. We have to name the file winint.cif. We can now open our Windows XP installation disk image with Power ISO, then drag and drop the winint.cif file onto the root of the disk. We have to save the disk image, of course. Now we can run the setup in all its unattended glory. Check the video description for a download link to this custom XP installation disk.